it's Jessii Vee and welcome back to our movies series. Gosh, I love this series. After I did all of those Coraline videos, I think the top requested movie for me to do next was Monster House. I could not believe how many of you guys wanted me to cover this film, and to be honest with you, I hadn't seen Monster House since I was like 12 years old. So about 2 nights ago, Ty and I had to sit down and rewatch it because I would never want to cover a film that I hadn't seen in a long time because I would like miss certain details. So we rewatched Monster House and gosh, it's so much darker than I remember it. But like I always say, it's so different to watch a film when you're a kid and then to watch it again when you're adult because you notice so much more watching it when you're older than you did. There are so many references in Monster House that went over my head when I was young. So that's why today's video is called Things Only Adults Notice in Monster House. And yeah, I'm just excited to cover this. Today's gonna be a 2-part video. So the first half is going to be about Monster House and the second half is going to be about the It 2 trailer. If you have not watched the It 2 trailer yet, please pause this video right here, open a new tab, go watch the It 2 trailer. Oh, it's crazy. And then come back here. So just so you're kind of like caught up, you know what I mean? The reason why I'm finishing off today's video with the It 2 trailer is because there's not enough to say about it to make it its own video. So I thought I would just add it to the end of like one of my usual ones. So anyways, before I get into the Monster House conspiracies and symbols, I just want to let you guys know, if you have not known yet, I know I've been talking about it a lot, but if you want to win this backdrop behind me, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, so my Jessii Vee channel, and my other channel called Vee Vlogs. I will link that down below in the description for you. Once you subscribe to Vee Vlogs, please go to the video titled My Grandma's Doll Collection and comment your favorite doll. So just 3 steps to win this background behind me, and I'll be announcing the winner in about like 2 weeks. But I'm gonna be so sad to part with it because like I love the Sailor Moon vibes. Like the Sailor Moon vibes are real with this background. Anyways though guys, let's get into what only adults notice in Monster House. So just in case you did not know, Monster House is about 3 teens that discover that their neighbor's house is really a living, breathing, scary monster. Could you imagine that actually happening in real life? Like, I'm literally sitting in a room right now that has a window leading to my neighbor's house. So I'm just imagining their house just turning into this really creepy beast. That would be so scary. So today I just want to talk about the really messed up dark parts about the film that I didn't really linger on when I was a kid. The first fact that really disturbed me when I was rewatching it is that the babysitter for DJ is literally a bully, but yet every single week she continues to look after DJ. What doesn't really make any sense to me is why DJ wouldn't tell his parents about what she does. I mean, when I was a kid and I had babysitters, if the babysitter was ever like rude to me or did something wrong, I was that kid that would go to their parents and tell on the person. And I know that sounds horrible, but if your babysitter is literally a bully, you have to tell somebody. You can't just let her come back every single week. Like she literally shows up to the house wearing a bun, wearing nice clothes, and then walks in. The second she steps into the house, she like rips out her ponytail, her hair comes over her face, she's wearing this like gothic punk outfit, which is like super cool and all, if you had a good personality. There's just something so wrong about babysitters taking advantage of having the house to themselves and looking after kids. Like that's a serious job. I'm just like so shook about it. I don't know why. When I was watching this, I was so mad at this babysitter. And then to make things even worse than it already was, Bones, this drummer guy and the babysitter's boyfriend, is invited over, which is already like a no-no. When you're babysitting, you don't invite like random strangers over that the parents don't know about. Oh my gosh, when I have kids in the future, and if my babysitter ever invites random dudes in the house with my kids, so that was already upsetting. And then this guy's just like drinking bottles of beer. He tears apart DJ's favorite stuffed animal. Like both this babysitter and Bones are terrible people. And the next thing that I found really, really inappropriate was that downstairs when the babysitter and Bones was on the couch, he was like on top of her, like attacking her, like play attacking, but she was still like, no, get off of me. And like he wouldn't. And I'm like, what am I even watching right now? I don't know. Just like the first 15 to 20 minutes of the movie is all that. And it just gave me some really weird vibes. And I feel like as a kid when I watched it, I was like,
oh, like I guess his life sucks, but like, you know, it's just the plot of the movie.
But when you get older, you just like, you want to protect all the children. The next thing we find out is that Chowder's mom is cheating on his dad, and I never caught this when I was a kid watching the movie. In fact, I almost didn't catch it when I watched it 2 days ago. Ty had to point this out to me. Basically, Chowder is talking to DJ on the phone, and I think DJ asks like where Chowder's parents are or something like that, and Chowder replies with, "My dad is at the pharmacy, and my mom is at the movies with her personal trainer." And Ty looks at me and he's like, "I think Chowder's mom is cheating on her dad." And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I never got that reference before. Like, why would you go out on a movie date with your trainer? I think that was supposed to be like a funny part or something, because when I was a kid, I remember like my parents laughing when that part was said, but I never really understood it until now. The next thing I wondered when watching the movie is, how was Nevercracker never arrested? I mean, you see the way he acts in public when he steps out of his house. Clearly, he's just like assaulting children, grabbing their arms, grabbing them and pulling them away, breaking their bikes, stealing their toys. I mean, he's literally the definition of somebody who would be arrested if this movie was taking place in real life. He like screams, goes after people. A sad little newspaper boy could go up to his house and he would like attack the poor child. I mean, how has nobody called the cops on him? How has nobody witnessed this? Like when he's doing this to children, where are the adults? It's just weird that he's been living there for that many years. What do you say, 40 years or something? And no one's like been concerned about the way he acts? And like the people that the house eats, why is there not more like missing persons cases? Why has Nevercracker not been investigated? The fact that he has a cement body in the basement of his house that no one's found out about is disturbing. That was the other part that I forgot about the movie when I watched it as a kid. I forgot it actually shows the cement body in the basement. Like these kids find this cement body of the lady who died. It's almost like this is more of an adult movie that's just been animated, because how do you watch this when you're young and not be completely terrified and have like nightmares after? So yeah, they find this lady's body encased in cement in the basement of the house, and then something I think falls on it and the cement breaks and underneath you can see her actual skeleton. That is some disturbing content for a kid's film. And I mean, this story is sort of sad, but at the same time, it's really messed up. I mean, think about it. So Nevercracker was building his wife's house, okay? During the process, she falls, hits the ground where the house is being built, cement falls on her, encases her, and instead of, hey, going to the police, telling somebody, he still continues to build his house around her body? Huh? When I watched this as a kid, I was kind of like, oh, he loves her, he still wants to build the house. No, that's creepy as heck. And what I found really strange is that there were witnesses when she fell and died. So why didn't those witnesses go and tell somebody? There was literally kids on their lawn on Halloween trying to get candy, and the reason why she fell backwards is because she was getting mad at them and then like lost her balance and fell. So they saw the whole thing. Why has he never been caught? And then like during the end of the movie, when the house went full monster mode, was transforming into a very scary beast house, no one in the neighborhood was freaking out. I mean, that was loud. The kids were screaming, the boards on the house were breaking and crackling. The house even exploded at one point. Like literally huge explosion into the sky above the neighborhood. No one came out of their houses. No sirens, no cops, ambulances, nothing ever came there. It like happened like no one even saw. And then when DJ's parents came back from their trip, they pulled into the driveway. They basically said, hi DJ, walked into the house and didn't even look across the street. I mean, they had to drive by the house to pull back into their driveway, and like the trees were falling all over the road. The house had been exploded. I mean, how do you not see that and just go about your day? I don't know. I guess like you shouldn't be too logical about a movie. Like I always say, it is just a movie. I'm just showing you how when you're a kid, you sort of just accept things for what they are. You don't really question them. And then when you're older, you're like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, that's really like all of my thoughts about the movie. I couldn't really find a lot of deeper meaning like I've found in Coraline or Corpse Bride or Nightmare Before Christmas, because just the meaning is just about the fact that his wife who died in the house was the house, and it made that pretty clear in the film, so I couldn't find any other hidden symbols necessarily. So that's why this video was more based around what you may not have noticed when you were younger. But like I always say, if you think I missed something or you want to talk about something further, definitely comment down below, and also let me know what movie you want me to do next, because I do go through your comments and I do pick the movie that is the most commented. And if you see that someone's commented about a video that you want me to do, definitely give their comment an upvote, because that also helps me sort of sort through those as well. Anyways though, before I go, I do want to talk about the new It 2 trailer. I just gotta say, I don't think I've ever seen another horror movie trailer that has freaked me out as much as the It 2 trailer. I am just so excited. The first It was amazing and I just can't wait for this new one. And honestly though guys, it scared me, and trailers don't scare me, but it scared me. So I just want to kind of go through it with you guys because like I'm that excited. So the first thing we see in this trailer is Beverly arriving at her childhood apartment, just to sort of see how things have changed in the past 27 years that she's been away. But if you pay close attention to Beverly during this scene, when she's sort of holding up the photo, you can see that on her wrists there are these red and dark bruises, like someone was holding her arms really tightly. And it's sort of hinting at the fact that Beverly grew up with this really abusive father, and unfortunately she fell into the same trap again and married an abusive husband. So people are saying that these marks on her wrists are probably from this husband that she's with now. And I think this storyline actually follows the books. Unfortunately, I have not read the books, so I'm not for sure. But then, oh my gosh, this trailer just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So this elderly and very creepy lady named Mrs. Kirsch invites her in for tea. So they sit on the couch, they're drinking tea. But what a lot of people noticed in this trailer is that there's a sign on the door that Beverly reads that says Mrs. Marsh, so not Mrs. Kirsch. And she looks away and looks back at it again, and it changes to Mrs. Kirsch all of a sudden. So that was creepy. And people are also saying that the tea she's drinking is not actually real tea. Apparently in the early 90s, they did a mini series about it. And in that series, what she was drinking from her cup was actually blood. But in the novel, she was drinking sewer water. So people are saying that it could be one or the other in the actual movie, but it's definitely not tea that she's drinking. Which is interesting because you wouldn't know that just by watching the trailer. You have to know about like the novel. And then you see the old photos on the wall, the really old circus photos. The old lady tells her that her father came to the country with only $14 in his pocket and joined the circus. So Beverly sees an old photo of Pennywise without his makeup on, which is really interesting to see because you never see that. You only see the clown makeup. And then because she just saw Pennywise's face, she realizes that she wandered into a trap. And that is when the old lady like runs after her and the trailer actually kind of starts. But that was just such an interesting clip to be able to see, and it's making me so excited. And if you guys have any sort of plot thoughts or, you know, just thoughts on the trailer, definitely comment that down below. But yeah, I'm gonna get going now, guys. Let me know what other movies you want me to cover, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!